So, despite how amazing this game is, many of us have gotten stuck on certain missions. Sometimes for various reasons, a mission, it just won't advance. This is especially true if you play on a multiplayer server, because the missions, unfortunately, were not designed for the multiplayer environment. Hopefully they'll correct this oversight in time, but until then, here are some steps you can take to successfully advance and complete a broken mission. Alright, so one of the first things you can do is hit the F1 key. And then you want to go and find the mission that you're working on. So in my case, it's totally overpowered, and I'm on the distillery portion of this quest. Now, this was the first mission that broke for me. And what you can do is you can try to check this box right here. You can't check it here, but you can check it over here in the Actions window. So if it allows you to check it, then you can go on. It'll bring up the next step like this, watch. So it'll tell you, really manually complete this action? Suggestion, please read the action's description at least. It contains useful hints. So I'll say yes, and you can see over here in the content window, Masters of Taste has come up. And of course I can click and bypass that one as well. Now, when it talks about reading the notes, you can come over here to your PDA log, and you'll see some of the messages for this quest right here. And if you click back up on that previous mission that you just advanced, on the PDA info, sometimes there'll be information here. Now, one of the things you'll find out is that when you get a quest, if you look around and you don't see any waypoints anywhere, then your quest is probably broken. And I'll actually turn on my waypoints now. I think I have them off. There you go. So see how I have that waypoint for the Planetary Revenant? Now that's not specific to this quest, but and that's my home base over in that direction. But right here, Orbital Trading Station and Top Distillery. These are the two waypoints that were highlighted for these last two portions of the quest. Now, when I first got the distillery quest, and go back here to Polaris, to the totally overpowered, the distillery one, it told me approach the station, and I did not see that Top Distillery waypoint right there that you can see. Now I went up into space and I still couldn't see it. Let's go up real quick. Let's see. So we're in God mode here to demonstrate. All right, so I'm in space, and as I look around, so there's the Top Distillery, and there's the Orbital Trade Station. As you look at the quest here, you can check this. Okay, so let's back up. What happens if you can't check this box? So we'll come over here to the fourth step. So the first thing you can do is check this box. But what if you can't? And that's what happened to me. When I was on Distillery, it said approach station. I went out to the station, and the quest didn't advance when I got there, when I approached it. And it wouldn't allow me to check this box. I asked on the forums, I asked on Discord, and they told me because I'm playing on a multiplayer server, it's probably just broken. Well, that might be the case, but there's a way that you can deal with that as well, or at least the way I dealt with it, and hopefully it'll work for you if you have a broken quest. So what you want to do, let's go ahead and close that and hit your tilde key to bring up your console. You can also hit Control F1, Control F2, Control F3, or Control F4. Those are all bound to the console. And then you'll type in PDA, space, LSCHAPS. I guess that's like list chapters. So when you hit that, you'll see you get all these here. Story Chapter 2, Tales of the Past. Chapter 5, Ancient Revelations. Scroll down to here, you see where I was at, Story Chapter 3, Totally Overpowered. And that's number 9. And you see, I believe all the quests, all the missions are listed here, and they have a corresponding number. So in order to reset the quest from the very beginning, you're going to type PDA space clrchap, a space, and then the number. So whichever quest you're working on, whichever one you're having a problem with, you can then put that number here. And for me, for Totally Overpowered, for Approach Distillery, or any other quest in Chapter 3, you're going to go here and you're going to hit push 9 and hit enter. And it says you cannot clear active chapter. And so what you want to do is you want to hit F1. You want to come up here, click on the very top, and deactivate that mission. Then you can go back, hit your tilde key. You can press your up arrow on your keyboard, and it'll put in the last command you typed. As you can see there, PDA clear chapter 9, and I hit that. And then it says story chapter 3, Totally Overpowered, has been reset. So if we close that and we come back over here, we can see Totally Overpowered. There's no progress now, and I can activate the mission. And then there you go. I get the very beginnings of the mission. Let's go. And you'll see here, it starts downloading the messages for that mission, and it'll get ready to start me over from the very beginning. Now, when I did this, and I got to the step where it said approach station, I could then check that box. So here's the beginning of the quest, and I got the very first quest here. You'll see Trading Station, find top manager. So a third thing you can do is once you reset the quest, just in case it gets locked up again on you for some reason, you can't click the box, and if you try to perform the next step in the quest, like approaching the station or whatever it tells you to do, and it doesn't work, consider if it has more than one option. And so in this case, if I open F1, it says find top manager. Let's see, I'll hit my PDA log. Check with the top manager. See here, PDA log. This is for Totally Overpowered. If you go to a different quest, it'll show you all the text for that quest. But here, for Totally Overpowered, it says check with our top manager in one of our planetary or orbiting trading stations. So I went to the planetary station, and I had the same thing happen to me. I talked to the top manager there, and the waypoint for top distillery did not show up. So I reset the quest again by PDA CLR chap 9 and started over. And instead of going like it says here in the PDA, it says check with our top manager and our planetary or our orbital trading stations. So instead I went to the orbital trading station over there. And I talked to the top manager there, and then it worked. And that waypoint for the top distillery showed up. And then when I approached the distillery, it recognized that I had approached, and then the quest advanced. Now, I have not experienced where this is locked up yet again, but if it does, you can just reset the quest the same way. So there's basically 3 things you can do. You can check the box to advance to the next step. You can PDA LS chaps to see the chapters, find a chapter you're on, PDA CLR chap 9 to reset it and start it over, and hopefully it'll clear up whatever problem you have. There is I should point out there, one interesting thing. Where is it? Oh, right there. So there's this place called the Planetary Remnant. Let's see if I can teleport over to it real quick. So let's take a look around. Okay, so there's another quest in the game where it tells you to come to this Planetary Remnant. And as you can see here, me and my buddies, before we started doing any of the quests, we found this asteroid with this base here, and it had a lot of this ore here. So we started mining it. And in mining it, we actually screwed up the quest a little bit, because there's a quest that tells you to follow the red lights. Now, let me see where that starts. It starts right over here. And so here's one of the first red lights. And let me show you the problem, okay? So remember, this was a big, full, solid asteroid. So if you follow the red lights and you come down this elevator and you get out at the bottom of the elevator, well, there's a red light there. So we follow the red lights. And as you look around, you're, okay, where's the next red light? You know, okay, well, there's one there. You come out here and you go, okay, well, there's one there. So where's the next red light, right? And then if you're really paying attention, you can see there's one down there and there's actually one up there. So I actually was flying around to all the red lights and the quest was not advancing. And here's why. Every time you get to a certain point in this path along these red lights, the quest updates telling you some more lore about the quest. Now, since this used to be tunnels all over the place, leading from one red light to the next, but because we mined the entire asteroid, no more tunnels, which meant even though we're flying to the red lights, we're not exactly passing the little checkpoints that advance the quest. And it was really annoying. So I didn't know how to advance the quest. Thought I was going to have to reset it again. But instead, just come up, you hit F1, and you come up to actions. The quest that I was on that said to follow the red lights, I just clicked this checkbox to advance it. And eventually, of course, it led me inside to another point in here. I don't want to spoil it for you. I just wanted to show you as an example. There's something else in there that you're going to find and do. But as you can see, we tore up the asteroid. So here you definitely is another case where you have to use the checkboxes to advance the quest because it won't advance. So there you go. Checkbox, F1, checkbox, click it to advance the quest. PDA clrchap 9 or PDA list chaps to find the chapter that you're working on, and or consider if it tells you to go to more than one place. In this case, again, it said planetary or orbiting trading station. If one doesn't work, reset your quest and go try at the other one. So I hope that helps you, and good luck. Have fun out there.